Hey girls, we will continue the writing how to write an argumentative essay. Part 2. Previous time we took how to write the main idea or the thesis statement of my argumentative essay. Okay, today we will open with me first so you will be following in your book. Yes?
What are we taking today?
Yes?
What are we taking today?
Writing and vocabulary. Now we'll take the writing.
Okay.
We finished previous time page 101, preliminary claim or the main idea or the thesis statement. And the last thing on page 102. And then we discussed the resources and we discussed how to evaluate our resources with the course credibility and reliability and this. Then on the last part of page 102, conduct research. Conduct research, okay? So, Mariam Shaghdari, are you here?
Miss?
Yes?
Miss, I is waiting in the lobby. Can you let her in?
No, I have no request, dear.
Okay, Miss.
Miss, what page is it?
101, 102, conduct research from down. Okay. Batul, are you here, Batul? Batul?
Teacher, can I read?
Yes, okay, Dima, read.
Choose 8 sources of information that seem the most relevant to your topic. Refer to the prompt to help you gather the right kinds of information. Write down or type into a computer file topics that will help you guide your research. 1.
Yes, what are you going to search for?
Background information on the topic. 2. Reasons and evidence to support my claim. 3. Counterclaims, opinions different from your own, or evidence to refute counterclaims.
As we said, girls, in order to write about anything, I have to search for it, to get information, to gather information, background information, because in the introduction, I don't go directly to the topic. I have to talk about its background. So if I will talk about basketball, for example, playing basketball, the background will be about sports. I'll talk about the patron, the background will be about resources. Then I will say, after I state my main idea, I have to support my main idea. How I convince the other one. It is argumentative. I should have my reasons. I should have my evidences. So this to search for these. Raghat, yes?
Serena sent you a message.
Serena? Okay. Yes, she's here. Okay. Okay. And then counterclaims. Counterclaim, as I said, no argumentative essay without counterclaim. What is counterclaim? The other opinion. The very simple example that I said to you, when you want to go out with the mall with your friends, you will go to your father and you have to mention, in case your mother refuses, that you did your homework, you washed the dishes. So you have to be prepared with the counterclaim, the claim that will oppose you, and give evidence to refute it, to refuse it, to show or prove it's wrong. This is a successful argumentative essay. Continue, Dima. Dima?
Yes.
Yes, continue.
Next, gather information from your sources and record it under your topics as you take notes. Always write down or cut and paste the source information. Include the author's name, title of the article or book, website name, publisher, date of publication, and page numbers. You will
Yes.
use this
Yes.
information to cite your sources in the body of your paper and on your works cited page.
How like this? Sample note for direct quotation. When I take a quotation from an author, from a popular athlete, from anyone, I took a quotation. There is a rule to take his quotation. Okay, Tia, are you here? Thank you, Dima. Thank you, Habib. Yes, Tia, read ya, Tia.
Background information on human trafficking. Throughout Africa, children and adults are forced to work on farms and plantations, harvesting cotton, tea, coffee, cocoa, and fruits, vegetables, rubber, rice, tobacco, and sugar. There are documented examples of children forced to herd cattle in Lesotho, Mozambique, and Namibia, and tend camels in Chad.
Yes. This is background information on human trafficking. This is what I took from a site. So this is under it, huh? Read it. MLA format.
MLA
trafficking. Yes.
Trafficking in Person Report, State Government, the United States State Department, June 2018.
And then I mentioned the site that I brought the information from.
Miss,
This is yes.
I'm sorry I came in late, but I tried to come here as fast as I can. I am Maria Muhammad.
Yes, Mariam. Okay. So girls, here is when I take quotation, direct quotation from a scientist. If I want to prove something, I take direct quotation from a scientist and write it, and then I write what from where I brought this information. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Tia. Mariam, read ya, Mariam. Mariam Muhammad.
Yes, miss.
Yes, read.
Here from in MLA.
Yes. The book is here in the PowerPoint. What's in the book is written in the PowerPoint. So I'll make it easier so all of us will share it together.
Okay. In MLA format, in-text citation are included in the text of your paper to indicate any information that is not common knowledge. Citations are always included with direct quotations. Usually, an in-text citation includes the author's name and the page number.
Yes, what is citation? Citation is to say from where I brought this quotation. Yes.
Stark 24, or if no author is given, a keyword from the title and the page is used. Trafficking 52. The end punctuation comes after the citation.
Yes. If I have the author's name, Serena, hey. Alhamdulillah. If I have the author's name and the title of the site or of the site, I will list everything. If I don't have his name, so I will list what? The title, the site. I have to list from where I brought my information. These are sources, girls, and previous time we talked about how to evaluate the sources. Okay? So I don't take my information from any random site. Thank you, Mariam. Layal. Layal. Layal.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Layal, read, حبيبتي. رغد النديم، رغد علي. رغد.
Yes, miss.
رغد, read يا رغد.
Where?
From the PowerPoint.
طلع لي أسود.
Why? So you're not following the lesson with us, رغد?
ألا من البوك.
From the book? Okay, so read from page 103 from sample in text citation with paraphrased information. Read it, dear.
Okay, طب 1 minute.
You'll bring the book?
لا, I'll open the page بس لحظة شوي.
103. 103. Read يا نانسي till رغد opens her book. Read يا نانسي.
In many countries in Africa, children and adults are forced to work
Here I
long
will do what girls before when Nancy continues. In the previous one, we took the quotation as it's written. Yani I took the 4 lines from the side and I put it into my essay to support my claim. I took it as it is. But here I will paraphrase. What is paraphrase? Right? What she said, but in my own words. I use my own words. I will rearrange it. So read it.
are forced to work long hours harvesting crops that range from cotton to sugar in Lesotho, Mozambique, Chad, and Nambia. Children are forced to herd cattle and camels, trafficking 32.
Yeah, so here I paraphrased what I want to write, and then I mentioned from where trafficking 52. Yes, continue, Nancy.
Notice how the paraphrase text above retains the information from the direct quotation in the sample at the top of the page. When paraphrasing, it's important to maintain the essential meaning of the passage and to maintain logical order of ideas.
Yes, when paraphrasing, when you rewrite the ideas, keep them organized. Nancy, so Ragad, are you here? Are you prepared?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, from counterclaim. You see counterclaim written with blue down on page 103? Counterclaim. Yes, read it, dear.
As part of your search, you notice opposing viewpoints to your claim. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. In your paper, you should acknowledge at least one counterclaim to your own.
Counterclaim, yes. To your means I have to find an opposing opinion, at least one. Then you should. Ragad? Teacher, what happens if you don't find a counterclaim? It will not be an argumentative essay. It will not be an argumentative topic. It cannot be argumentative claim as we said the previous time.
Teacher, أنت ما كنت تسمعيني؟
Yes, from then you should, Ragad, from then you should refute.
Okay, then you should refute the counterclaim by offering
Evidence, yes.
evidence as to why it is incorrect. During this,
Strengthen your argument, yes. When I mention the counterclaim and I prove why it is wrong, it will strengthen my point, my position. It will strengthen my idea by proving the counterclaim and telling why it's wrong. Okay? Tips for including a counterclaim. How can I include a counterclaim, ya Ragad?
A fair argument offers a strong counterclaim, not a weak one. Avoid trivializing the opposing viewpoint.
Yes, we will take it now.
Use good transitions to indicate your counterclaim and your refutations. Phrases that indicate counterclaims are refuting ideas include the
opposition believes.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait 1 minute. Okay, but some hold the opposition that. However, cities argue that on the other hand.
Yes. What is that? This is how I write. Okay, the opposition believes, but some hold the position that these are transitions to right, girls. Okay, again, how can I write it? Here, girls, I will make it opposition believes here. Some hold the position that this is how to show. However, this is how to show. Critics argue that on the other hand, girls, because you face these problems while you write. So this is to help you how to write, girls. Are you with me? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Then the last thing, Kiragat, but maintaining.
Maintain a respectful tone. Do not resort to screams or name calling.
Yes, or name calling. Yes, there are some fallacies, girls, some mistakes we make. Our Tech Connect is on the side. Okay, thank you, Ragad.
You're welcome.
Batul, are you here or not yet? Budur, Budur, I miss your voice, yeah, Budur. مريم شغدلي. مريم شغدلي. Who will talk now? Whose mic is this? Budur, مريم شغدلي. Budur, if you're here, at least send me on WhatsApp, يا Budur. مريم شغدلي, you're not here?
بس مريم شغلة المايك تبعها
Yes,
ما عم يشتغل.
Send me يا مريم. Send me on chat, on WhatsApp, anything. وعد, are you here يا وعد?
Yeah.
Yes, read يا وعد. Tech Connect.
Any notes that's been cut and pasted directly from the website, been rewritten by your own words before adding them to your paper, or must be indicated with quotation marks and
Instructors
use software to determine if passages have been
plagiarized. Yes, this is, he tells you what, anything you cut and paste directly from the website, you have to rewrite it in your own words. And this is, yes, girls, I advise you to do that, because there are sites, I take your writing and I put it on this site. This site tells me this is plagiarized. It is taken from the site, and he brings me the name of the site and the title of the topic. So he says to you that instructors, who are the instructors? Your teacher. I use this software to determine if the passage is plagiarized or not. So even if you take information from the text, from a site, you want to support your ideas with anything from a site, if you will take it directly, you have to mention. If you will not take it directly, as we said, you have to paraphrase it, rewrite it in your own words. Because if you write the same exact words, you will be considered as plagiarized. What is plagiarized? The stealing from the internet. Okay? Now, we will understand some fallacies. Fallacies in writing. These are some mistakes that we fall in while we write. Read يا وعد.
Fallacies. A fallacy is an error in reasoning,
yes.
Reasoning, weakness, and argument. Avoid using fallacies as you build your own position and use in your counterclaim. Also analyze your sources to make sure the reasoning is sound. Finding fallacies is someone's writing weakness at the entire agreement that makes the reader
skeptical, yes,
about the reliability of source as a whole.
Thank you, Juan. If I make a mistake in my argument, girls, now you write for me, you write for teacher Nada and your friends and this. When you grow up, like one after a year, you'll go to college, you will be asked to write, okay? And your writing will be published everywhere. Everyone can see your writing. So from now, start to train yourself to not write a weak one. A weak writing shows what? That you don't have organized ideas in your mind. So find fallacies in someone's writing will weaken your argument. Okay, if you after you graduate from college, girls, you work in an advertisement, you see them in the movies when a man is standing and he shows his work. If you don't know how to write since you're young, you will not know how to give presentations when you grow up. Okay, lots of jobs now depend on talking. Now, girls, nowadays, if you open your Instagram, if you open your Snapchat, you see those fashionistas and those bloggers and those who's empty-minded. They don't have minds, wallahi. I don't know how they talk, how they put the words together. They are so shallow, so shallow. They just put two words together and that's it. Even the books, even the new books, even new authors, they don't get deep. Their writings are so shallow and they're so weak. Okay, so you have to train yourself, girls. Yes, you will tire yourself a little bit now, but you are building your future. Okay? Are you here or am I talking
Yes,
to
teacher.
myself?
Yes.
So at least are you convinced? Anyway, some of the fallacies that we make while we write. Hasty generalization, and actually hasty generalization is not also made in the writing, it's also made in our life. What is generalization? Generalization is when I say all of the girls in grade 11 are not smart enough for college. This is hasty generalization. I give one trait for all of grade 11. This is wrong. Or even if I said that all grade 11 hates English, this is also wrong. I can say that all do this, one thing. I can say it. Okay, Sarah, are you here, Sarah? Sarah? So, if I want to say that all the citizens of the United States refuses Donald Trump to, all the citizens of the United States refused Donald Trump for a second presidential period. You agree? Right?
No.
What's the question?
No.
Again, all the American citizens, the United States, refused Donald Trump as a president for a second time.
No, it's
I
not.
don't know.
Wrong. I cannot say all. I have to give number. 40%, for example. I have to search for statistic. Sarah, you're not here? Serene, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
Serene.
teacher.
Yes, Serene.
Yes.
Okay, read you, Serene.
Hasty generalization. Making assumptions about the whole group or range of cases based on a sample that is inadequate. Stereotypes about people are the common example of the principle underlying hasty generalization. Example, based upon a survey on gun owners in our town, Americans do not want more restrictions on gun ownership.
Yes, Americans. So all of the Americans, this is wrong. It's called hasty generalization. What is a stereotype? Stereotype is a part of a hasty generalization that when I say an Indian, I imagine he wearing the Indian cloth and he has this red blood on his head and he wears this for the Sikh. If I say an Asian, I imagine him with dark close eyes and narrow eyes and what else? Generalization is when I say a Mexican, so I imagine him with this Mexican hat. This is false. Okay, a Frenchman, he wears this blue and white shirt and he wears this hat. So the hasty generalization fallacy is when I give it one trait to everything. A hasty generalization is a conclusion that is not logically justified by sufficient or sufficiently unbiased evidence. So when someone says all sport cars drivers are so aggressive, this is hasty generalization because not everyone is aggressive. Another one. Two are walking together. She says, did you hear about the teenager who vandalized the park downtown? They talk about teenagers. So, Mr. Fallacy, this is Mr. Fallacy, the one, the bat in the black. This is bat or owl? Owl. Grade 11.
Yes, owl.
Grade 11. I spent 2 hours or 3 hours making this presentation for you. Grade 11.
Yes,
Please be with me. So this owl says, I did. Teenagers are so irresponsible and destructive. Here he said what this Mr. Fallacy said what that everyone, all teenagers irresponsible. So here comes the purple owl. You cannot make such a broad claim about teenagers based on one incident. One incident doesn't give you all the same. Like when some girl falls in love with a boy and he comes to be not a good person, and she says all men are trash, right? So this is has to, yes,
it's true fact.
yeah, it is a true fact. See, so you are making a you're making a hasty generalization.
لا teacher بس هو عن جد in general yeah it's true.
Who's talking, Ragad? True, all men are trash.
Yes, to be honest, teacher.
Who else agrees?
Me, Ahad.
Ahad?
I agree that everyone is trash.
Everyone, who's this? Who's talking? I cannot see your names. Who says that?
I'm Nirvana, miss.
Nirvana, everyone?
Yes, both genders, everyone.
Yani men or everyone
No,
alive?
you do yourself.
Huh?
No, both genders, I'm saying.
Both genders are saying what?
She's saying men مش بس.
The females and males, huh? Okay, this is a hasty generalization. Okay, so that's a hasty generalization fallacy. Okay, so he says, yes, you're right. I made a fallacy. Okay, so now we understand the generalization, and stereotyping is here. Stereotyping is when an Indian girl, so she has this braid, she wears this, what is called? Sari, they wear. No, because this is a stereotype. When I say a word to you, it pops up in your mind, a typical image for this kind of people. This is wrong. Okay, stereotyping is also applied in when you have babies. So you want to make them all the same type, stereotype. So it's a broad, often oversimplified assumption made about all members of a particular group. When you say, for example, it happens here in our countries, when we say, for example, all Egyptians are this, all Syrians are this, all Saudis are this, all Palestinians are this, or Jordanians, we do this. Right or not, girls? So in your writing, you cannot fall in this mistake. This is called hasty generalization. And in life, girls, not everyone the same, wallahi. Okay? Yeah. And not all men are trash. One day you'll find, at least your father is not, right? So one day you'll find a good one. You just pick. Be selective. Be selective in your friends, in your whom you are going to love. Just be selective. Anyway, number 2, straw man. The second fallacy is a straw man. What's a straw man? How can we say what's a straw man? Okay, Serena, read you, Serena.
Setting up a weak version of an opponent's argument to strengthen your own argument. Example, those who want to end capital punishment don't care about justice for victims of horrible crimes.
When I make a weak version of the opponent's argument, I have an opponent argument. I make it weak to say what? Those who want to end capital punishment, they don't care. No, don't do this. Be fair. So the straw man, what is a straw man? This is a straw man. So this is your claim. You are the one who wears a soldier. This is your claim, and you make others people claim other people's claim like a straw man. You say that it is no, it's not good, distorting or misrepresenting someone's argument in order to make it easier to defeat. Okay. So, for example, if you want to go to the mall and you say to your father, and you know your mother opposing, don't tell her because she hates me. No. No, okay? Or because I didn't wash the dishes previous week. I didn't wash the dishes previous week, not because she hates me. She hates me another thing. Because I didn't wash the dish. No, give a good reason. Give a good opposing claim. Don't fall into a weak one. Or show that the opposing claim is so weak. Okay, this is straw man fallacy. Then we go to the red herring. You know the herring, girls? Do you eat it in your countries? In Egypt, we eat it. In Spain, I saw it also in Spain.
Teacher,
They
what
eat
is
it
a
in Spain.
herring?
Herring is, yes.
No,
Do you eat it?
I
Teacher,
don't.
what's a
I eat.
herring?
My mom does.
In
What is it?
Germany. In Germany, they eat it. It's a smoked fish. They call it herring.
What's
We eat it
it?
in
What's
Egypt.
in Arabic?
In Arabic, say it, girls, in Arabic. A girl said it.
Inga.
Oh,
Miss
Oh,
فسيخ.
no, not Fizikh is only for Egyptian and some of the Palestinian. It's our heritage.
yes.
And Palestinian also eat fisikh, by the way, a group of Palestinian, but
Yeah,
they fry it. Who?
me, my mom does.
Linda, are you from Palestine, Linda, or Jordan?
No, Palestine.
Really? It is the first time I know. Okay,
Hey, Miss
so
every Jordanian has Palestinian roots, يعني.
they have what?
Palestinian
Yes, I
roots
know. All the
somewhere.
Jordan, not all Jordans. I have Jordan from
Not all.
Jordanian roots, and I have that. Like I know that the most of Jordanian have Palestinian roots. I know.
And I think 50% of them.
Yeah, yes, and especially those who live in Saudi Arabia, they have Palestinian roots. So what is red herring? Red herring is what? Serene, you read, right? So Serena also read?
Yes, she read.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. What about Sham? Sham Kharfa?
Yes.
Yes, read Sham.
Okay. The arguer goes off on a tangent, raising a side issue that distracts the audience from what's really at stake. Often, the arguer never returns to the original issue. Example: grading this exam on a curve would be the most fair thing to do. After all, classes go more smoothly when the students and the professor are getting along well.
Yes. So what is a red herring and what does it do with the literature and writing teacher? You know, when there are dogs and they are following a smell to catch a thief or anything, dogs, how the herd smells the smell and they follow it. When you put a red herring or a smoked fish inside a box or anything, it distracts the smell of the herd. Yani they cannot smell well because its smell is so it will cover on all other smells. You understand me or not? If you eat herring, you'll understand what I say. When we eat it at home, all the smell of the house will be herring. So I will distract the dog from smelling any other thing. How it is related to literature teacher? Because when you use red herring, it means you bring relevant details and you put them with no need. So definition of red herring is a herring cured by salting and slow smoking to a dark brown color. It is the definition for it. How it is related to literature? It is something to distract attention from the real issue. So when you write it in your writings, you just distract the reader and you lost him. You lose him. Sometimes girls, when I go out of the topic, you lose what we were talking about. So that's why when we concentrate in a topic, we cannot leave it and then go back to it because we will miss parts of what we want to say. So this is the red herring. So in your writing, don't go outside the topic.
Okay.
So like here, the girl says, Mom, I want to rush home. Yummy treats for you. She's distracting her child. This is red herring. Okay, so this is the third fallacy. We took generalization, we took straw man fallacy, and we take red herring, and we will take now ad hominem. Ad hominem.
The period is over, صح?
Yes, I know, but we will take it. So the whole writing will be in a period, and the vocabulary will be in a period. I'll give you the 4 minutes break. Okay. So Linda, you read today?
No.
Read, Linda.
The arguer attacks his or her opponent instead of the opponent's argument. Example, Senator Jackson says that we need healthcare reform, but she is a communist. If you value your freedom, do not vote for her.
Yes. Here, he didn't refute her opinion. He refuted her personality. As I said to you, when you go say to your father, I want to go out, I did and that, my mother might refuse because she hates me. This is, I left why she will refuse, and I talked about her personality. So, when I said that she a straw man fallacy, it means that she will say, I didn't wash the dishes previous week. This is a weak counterclaim. But when I say that's because she hates me, this is ad hominem. I attack her personality. I don't attack her opinion. I attack her personality, and this is wrong. Okay? In writing, this is wrong. Don't fall in this mistake. Okay? Read it, yeah, Linda.
What should I read?
Yes, ad hominem. What happens here? The Mr. Fallacy talking with the woman.
And because of that, I'm for raising the I can't say it. Minimum wage in our Satan. She's for I can't see the text.
She's for raising minimum wage, but isn't even smart enough to run a business. So he is not attacking her opinion, he is attacking her personality. So here, Mr. Fallacy. So the owl comes, Dr. Fallacy, you're attacking your opponent as a person, not addressing her issue at all. That's an ad hominem fallacy. Okay? Then the false cause. False cause is the last fallacy we fall in, assuming that because B comes after A caused B. How? The mayor raised taxes and then the rate of violent crimes went up. So the mayor's tax hike is responsible for the rise of the crime. How? A man smokes and he says people died of cancer before cigarettes were invented. So smoking doesn't cause cancer. People died, reason A, before the cancer. So see that the result is no, smoking doesn't kill people. Reason 1, I only failed my logic exams. I'm a pieces. My professor is a Leo, so I fall in the test. Of course, these are false causes. What are your zodiacs related to? How your zodiacs are related to your test? Hello? So,
Yes.
girls,
Yes,
the
Miss.
fall fallacies we fall into while writing. Number 1, hasty generalization and stereotyping. You do not give one trait to all kind of or all group of people. Okay, and when I say for you a Frenchman, you imagine a Frenchman wearing a blue white shirt and a hat. So don't.
Miss Nada.
Yes.
Should I go to the bathroom?
Yes, go. The hasty generalization to give one treat for everyone. All sports car drivers are so aggressive. Okay, or all teenagers make mistakes. Stereotype. Okay, a broad, often oversimplified assumption made about all members of a group. A straw man is to show that the other one's argument, that someone's argument is weak. No, it's not good. To show how it is so weak, so you can easily refute it. This is straw man fallacy. The red herring is to distract the reader, and you don't go back. Ad hominem is to attack the person himself, his personality or her personality. Here, when he said she cannot run a business for herself, do not vote for her. This is wrong. Okay, girls? These are the fallacies and false accused. The last one is when I say no. People have already died before the smoke, before cigarettes. So cigarettes doesn't cause death. Okay? The last thing for today is ethos, pathos, and logos, and we discussed them yesterday, that in order to convince a person or influence a person or to change a person's idea, your paper should focus on the logical reasons, logos. But emotions, okay, can be there also. Pathos, emotions, it's pathos, not ethos. Okay, girls? Avoid using extremely emotional language as a way of manipulating your audience. Don't overuse emotional language so you do not manipulate your audience. You may find that you need to modify your major research question based on the information you were able to find from reputable resources. How? Cards, credibility, reliability. Okay? Okay, grade 11?
Yes.
Yes.
So we finish, girls. 3 minutes and come quickly. Don't be late.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.